And I think I just turned up the volume on mine so that people can hear me better because I think
Yeah,
I
you were
had a
coming in and out a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. So now I think I'm good. So now I think I'm good.
All
All
right,
right.
guys. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Sim. Just want to do my quick introduction. You guys probably heard Sim in the background there. We're actually doing 2 live streams at the same time. So we just went live on Sim's channel. I am super excited to introduce all my new subscribers to Simeon Russell. I need all the Knicks fans out there to do me a big favor. Stand up, New York Knicks fans! And we're going to pop Sim in right now. What is going on, Sim? Welcome to my channel. How are you doing,
What?
my man?
I'm good. I'm good. And to everybody who's on the Entertainers channel, what's going on? What's popping with you? I'm glad to be on. And I'm always glad to be on with the Entertainer, man. He's my favorite guy to be on with.
Yeah, man, this has been too long, man. I can't wait. We got to do more of this more often. I've just been super busy with my channel. I know you've been you got another channel too now.
Got another channel. Got another channel. It's called The Front Stoop. It's a hip hop channel, man. And so far, so good. So far, so good. It's we have a lot of interesting conversations on that channel.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I just want to say hello to a couple of people in the chat. I see Steph, the Nick fan in the chat. Yehuda, Mike Nixon, Brett. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Poppy Gokwan. Thank you to everybody for being here. If you haven't done so, please go to the link in the description and sub up my man, Simeon Russell. We are getting ready to go. The Knicks' new lottery rules have a 14% chance after finishing with the worst record last year, of course, in typical Knicks fashion. Oh, God, thank you so much, Jacob. He says, would you like the Knicks to draft? Who would you? Oh, Zion Williamson, Jacob. Thank you so much for this. Sam, you agree? Number 1 pick. It's got to be Zion.
Oh, it's got to be Zion. Number 1 pick has got to be Zion. In my opinion, I know there's a lot of people that want John Morant and think that John Morant might end up being a better NBA player than Zion, but it's hard to pass up on Zion Williamson, and I mean for a couple of reasons. One, I mean he's uber talented. You've seen him,
right?
He's super duper talented. He has the body of a grown man. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then the marketability of Zion Williamson is just off the charts.
Right. Well, that's the thing.
Charts.
Now, I think the real question is not necessarily the number 1 pick. I think the question is number 2 for the Knicks. Who would you take if Zion's off the board? I think that's where it becomes a discussion whether or not you would take John Morant or R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going John Morant all day. If we get the number 2 pick, I'm going John Morant.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I just really like him. I do think he's going to be a very good NBA player.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. The only reason why I think anybody would even question taking Barrett over him is because a lot of people are anticipating we're going to get Kyrie Irving, and they worry about the fit with the 2 point guards, and R.J. Barrett might fit better with the team. But I think you got to go Morant. I think he's the better player. Yeah.
I think so. I think he has a chance to be a special guy in the league, in my opinion, John Morant. I don't know if you've seen, I did a video today. I don't know if you've heard of the guy before. His name is Damian Marley. He's he's Bob Marley's son.
Okay.
And he has a song called "Road to Zion."
Okay, I think I've heard the song. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video today, using using the beat to his song and stuff, because last night on the stream Isaiah did a prayer that we get the number 1 pick.
I should have said. I wish I saw. I love Isaiah. Isaiah's great.
Yeah. He did a prayer that we get the number 1 pick, and so I took the prayer and I mixed it in with a couple of highlights from Zion Williamson, and I had that music in the background. Had Damian Marley singing, the Road to Zion, but also I mixed it in where. Okay, so the song goes, he talks about the road to Zion, but he also says Ja, because, in if you're familiar with reggae music and people from Jamaica, they're Rastafarians, and when they speak of God, they say Ja.
Okay.
A, right? So it's so they speak about both of them in there. So maybe that's good luck. Maybe it's good luck.
I read that the odds are, I think it's a 50% chance we could fall outside of the top 3. So it's a coin flip that we even finish in the top 3, which is crazy.
Right.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. I know. But listen, I don't know who it was. Somebody pointed out that the last time that there was a change in the lottery rules.
The
The
Knicks
Knicks got
85, and
the
and,
Knicks
and,
got
and guess who's making
so,
the selection tonight? The guy we took in 85.
exactly. So you know, let's
Hopefully.
let's hope that it all works out
Oh,
for us, man.
thank you so much, One Giant Rebuttal. He says, love what you guys do. Good luck to your Knicks and this company. Thank you so much, One Giant Rebuttal. If you've not done so, please check him out. And again, I'm going to keep shouting him out all night. Link in the description. Go over there. This guy's one of the hardest working guys on YouTube. Go over there, check out his channel. Who's Mark is in the house. Who's Mark's got to be on both channels. He's a sim guy. What's going on? Who's Mark? How you doing, my man?
Yeah, yeah. He'll be over here soon. Last
Yeah.
night, Mark said that. You know, Mark. Mark is Mark. He said he said Sim. He said I'm not going to watch the draft. He said I'm going to record it, and then I'm gonna go back and watch it later. I was like, so are you going to know the results before you go back and watch it? He said no. I was like, so what's the sense of recording it? Because he doesn't want to watch the commercials and stress out through the commercials.
Okay, I get that. I used to do that with football games, actually, so I could skip the commercials before I had to stream the games. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everybody for popping in. Eric, It's Cole, and Mickey's in the house. Thank you to everybody for being here. Get that thumbs up. Join the channel. Ring the bell. Join Sim as we're talking NBA draft lottery, man. And, God, now the lowest we could drop is 5, I think. Right?
Right. That's the lowest we can drop.
Now, how does that work? So, because they used to only call 3 teams, right? In term, like I always thought if you had the worst record, the lowest you could drop is 4. Has there? Oh, thank you so much, Big Don, for the super chat. He says, "How you guys feel about the comments? We would trade Zion if we got him for AD." Yeah. Now, did you hear about that?
Yeah, about trading Zion for AD. I mean, I think that's been out there for a little while, and yes, I did. I did hear about that. I don't know. It's tough, man. I don't know because I was watching. I don't know what I was watching. I think I was watching Colin Cowherd today. Right?
Yeah.
He said, how many people go to New Orleans to see Anthony Davis play?
It's a good point. Yeah.
Right. How many people go see Anthony Davis play? How many people already, right now, while Zion Williamson is at Duke, tune in to see Zion play?
That's a good point. I mean,
You know what I mean?
from a marketability standpoint, you're bringing up.
From a marketability standpoint, right.
What would the trade cost, do you think? It's obviously going to be more than just the number 1 pick. It would be Knox probably, the number 1 pick, and maybe a future first, something along those lines, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. I think maybe another player. In order to make the money work, I think you're going to have to add even more than Knox. So you would have Zion, Knox, and probably another player or two just to make the dollars work, I think.
Like a Neil Aquino or a DSJ, someone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I'm going to be happy either way. If we get Anthony Davis, I'm not going to be screaming and crying like a little girl. If we stick with Zion, I'll be happy too. So let's just get the number 1 pick and worry about that problem. Let's just not fall to number 5.
Yeah. And, I'm trying to check, sure if I'm streaming on my channel right now.
Oh, thank you so much, QC, for the super chat. He says, Knicks get one. We got to hear a freestyle. If the Knicks get 1, he wants to hear a freestyle. Thank you, QC. So you don't think you're streaming on your channel?
I don't know. I'm looking and I see people in my chat asking if I'm streaming, and I just checked on mine and I'm not streaming.
King E161 just said, no, you're not, Sim.
Huh. I wonder why that is. Well, I wonder if I have some kind of mix-up. Let me see. Let me try this one more time. I hit the streaming button, and
worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, we could just go over to yours as soon as it's over, and we'll do the next hour on your channel. Worst case.
Yeah.
And I'll just bring everybody over.
It doesn't look like it's connecting. Let me see what's going on here. It should be connecting, but it is possible that maybe I need to change my stream code.
Okay, yeah, do what you got to do, man. I'm going to talk to the chat while you're doing whatever you got to do, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lottery's going down at 8:30. It's 8:23. Lottery's going to start in 7 minutes. There's the answer to that question right there. Nothing less than Zion, Ja, and Barrett. I agree with you. I want to get, at worst, the top 3 pick. Now, we have heard that Cam Reddish is a guy that the Knicks have been interested in. I would hope that it would be outside the top 3 picks. What's going on, Texas Liberty? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Christian Nazy in the chat. You got... Bavit says we look like twins.
Said we look like
twins? What's going on, Bavit? Bavit's a good troll. Let me call. We're taking calls after the lottery. Who's Mark? We're gonna be taking calls after the lottery. So definitely, on Sim's channel, he might be able to cam you up. I can't do it on my channel in stream. Nick's.
Huh.
What's
Yeah,
up?
you know what? You know what? It was a. Let me see. I have a different key for a different key. I don't know why.
Oh, so you never went live at all? We thought at the beginning we were live and we weren't on your channel.
Thought that I was live and we weren't.
Oh,
So
I just want
I
to get.
am going to do my intro again because I think I'm about to go live now.
All right, let me just get
And
this super chat real quick before you go live. Thank you so much, Joe Reyes. He says, I do hope the Knicks get the number 1 or top 3 pick. You and me both, my man. Thank you for the super chat. I'm just going to go silent for a minute because Sim's about to go live on his channel, guys.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Is your boy, and I apologize for any technical difficulties, but I am now live on my channel and just in enough time, 6 minutes before the NBA lottery, and I'm sitting here with my man, 100 grand, the entertainer. So let me bring him on over here. And entertainer, here we go. I'm now live. I can see it. I'm now live on my channel. So
What's going on, man? This is now the second time we've gone live on Sim's channel. We thought we were live the first time, and we were doing the introductions. We were saying hello to each other, and I just want to say hello to everybody in your channel. It's been a while. I've been so busy on my channel. I love everything you do. You know that, and I'm so glad to be back. And hopefully, we get to celebrate the number 1 pick overall tonight. It should be an absolute blast.
hopefully, it's been like I said, and people on Entertainers Channel, you guys are gonna hear it again. I did the video about Zion Williamson, Road to Zion, using Damian Marley, and because Isaiah did a prayer, and hopefully the basketball gods heard Isaiah's prayer, and
Every time Isaiah comes on my channel, he calls in the call-in shows. He calls, what does he call them? White chocolate. And he says him and his dad are always going to make an Oreo cookie out of me. That's what he always says. I absolutely love Isaiah. He's one of my favorite guys on your channel. I love Guillermo. I love Who's Mark. Viv I got to meet. Bunch of guys I got to meet. I love all of them. And you got a great community over there.
Yeah. I love these guys, man. And big shout out to everybody that's joining now. You guys, if you do not know who the entertainer is, make sure you get on over to his channel. His link will be in the description of this video. And subscribe to his channel. He talks Giants. He talks all New York sports.
I'll talk whatever you want to talk. I'll talk dog racing if you want, but I stick with the Giants, Knicks, and Mets mainly. And same thing. I'm gonna give Sim another plug on my channel. If anybody thinks it's weird, we're actually live on both channels at the same time. Sim's link is in the description. I want all my guys going over there. Check out his channel. Kendra, check him out. Dom's in the house. What's going on, Dom? Mickey, Lamel Sinclair, Diego, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Chris Senor, thank you to everybody for stopping by, and hopefully we get to celebrate a great night. Slick Nick's in the house, Dog Tag's in the house, Eddie Alvarez, man, thank you so much for being here. And he says, Eddie Alvarez says we have the 2 best chats. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, man. And somebody said, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is always late. As a matter of fact, Lauryn Hill, if the Knicks do get the number 1 pick, then Lauryn Hill has a song with Zion's name in it as well. If they get the number 1 pick, I'm doing a video with Lauryn Hill's song. But anyway, he said he said that he thought that I was Lauryn Hill because I was so late coming onto the stream. Because if you know about Lauryn Hill, she frequently, always misses her concerts.
Okay, I remember Lauryn Hill as a kid. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, she's always missing her concerts, man. But there's so many different things that the Knicks can do, right? They get the number 1 pick, 5th pick. There's so many things that they can do. Scott Perry and Steve Mills have really done a good job of putting the Knicks in position to capitalize on anything that happens,
right?
And to be able to maneuver to take advantage of anything that happens. So I mean, not getting the number 1 pick would definitely hurt.
Of course.
Right? Or at least not getting the top 2 picks for me would definitely hurt. But if they get the 5th pick,
probably Reddish. That's probably who they end up with. Based on what you're hearing.
Yeah, or there could be moves. I mean, if they get the 5th pick, then we're just gonna have to make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had to make a lot of lemonade as Knicks fans over recent years. But the guy now, you seem like you're down on Barrett. You're not a Barrett guy.
Not as much. I wouldn't be upset if we got Barrett.
Right.
I just feel like Ja Morant is better.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going to be better NBA player in my opinion. But I'm not down on him, and I'm not down on him.
Yeah.
Not down on him. And if we got him, I'd be excited.
Of course. Yeah. I just want to say hello to a couple more people that popped in. Bigger Mike, thank you for tuning in. Texas Liberty. Who else we got in here? Rocky Esposito. Everybody do me a favor going over there. This draft's about to start. Now, what I should have done, Sim, was I should have pulled up the order, right? Because, I don't remember who has the 14th, the 13th, the 12th. Because if one of those teams gets skipped, we know that they just jumped into the top 3. So yeah. I should have pulled that up. I didn't even think about that because I don't have the volume on my TV. And I think I'm going to be ahead of you because that always seems to be what happens when we do this.
Yeah, you probably will be ahead of me. I mean, right now I'm looking at my screen. I got my in front of me. Zion and Zion and R.J. Barrett on the screen talking to Jason Williams.
Yep.
But I mean, you know what? It can't be that. Hopefully it won't be that much of a difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the Knicks get the number 1 pick, you're just gonna be seeing me going nuts. So you'll know what happened. So.
And then if I see you going nuts, then I'll fake, and then I'll fake like I seen it, and then when I really do see it, then you'll get the real reaction.
Oh man, what's going on, DeKeys? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Cushmaster's in the house. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We're getting ready to go here in about 8:30. We're ready to go, Sim.
We're ready to go, man. Sean Meyer said it's about to go down. Chris, he says he's nervous. I think everybody is nervous.
Sports Fury's in the house. What's going on, Sports Fury? Go check them out. I've been thinking about this day now for like 3-4 weeks, hoping. Because, I mean, you watch that guy play, and I know he doesn't have the best jump shot, but Zion Williamson, that guy is going to bring electricity to Madison Square Garden if we could get this kid.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely going to bring electricity if he can. I mean, I just can't imagine seeing him in New York.
Oh, well, I can, and it's going to happen tonight. Be positive.
Yeah. I mean, no. Yeah. Let me say that a different way. I can imagine it. It's going to be so crazy. Let's put it that way. It's going to be so crazy if he comes to New York. He's already a household name. It's like, back in the day when Patrick Ewing and those guys were, staying until their juniors and this and that. They were household names before they came out, right? Before they ever reached the NBA, you knew who they were. It's like with Zion, and then the fact that the Knicks have a chance to get Zion just makes it so much more intriguing. And then you have Patrick Ewing representing the Knicks. It just makes it so much more intriguing.
Yeah, it seems like a magical night. Hopefully it works out. And this was the right. Okay, so the picks are going to be revealed in 8 minutes and 53 seconds. So we still got 9 minutes until they actually start revealing the picks.
So they start revealing the picks, okay? And I got people calling me up already.
Who's that, James? Is that Dolan?
Yeah. He should be calling me up.
So we got 8.5 minutes to go. What's going on? Thank you, Big Don, for doing that. 252 people in here. Oh my God, let's get those likes up. Join the channel. Ring the bell. Go to the link in the description. Sub up my man Sim. Thank you guys for being here.
Hey, watch this, entertainer. Hey, what's up, bro?
What up?
What's going on? You live on YouTube right now, man. 200 and something people listening to you talk. What's popping?
What's popping, YouTube?
Yeah,
I take it you watching the lottery right now.
We watching the lottery right now. Yes, sir. Watch the lottery. We're streaming it live. This is my brother, ladies and gentlemen. This is my brother right here. You guys never met him before, but you'll get a chance. He'll be at one of the games with me sooner or later.
That's awesome, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Fingers crossed right now, B. This is like some serious heavy shit right here.
Yeah. It is. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this is basically, this is the Knicks. This right here is the next 20 years for the Knicks, man.
You know what I
Please.
mean? This is big business right here. This
Yeah.
is the first time in a long time we've had a lottery pick, you know what I'm saying, this high that, like, we get to keep. You know what I mean? Like, this is us.
That's it. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Here comes Jariah, my daughter. She's out here now. We got the whole family. We got the whole crew getting together. My dog getting in the picture. We got everybody in here right now.
Let's go. Let's get this pick tonight. Let's get the number 1 pick, Sam. I met your daughter. Daughter's very nice. I met your daughter at a couple of the Knicks games.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna give you a call back. All right.
Yo, holla at me, B. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Peace. See that we got the whole family getting involved here. You know what I'm saying? It's a family. Hey, New York Knicks. If anybody from the New York Knicks is watching, right, just pay attention so that you have respect for your fans. You know what I'm saying? James Dolan and everybody in the Madison Square Garden. Because you see, things like this build. It's like family events. You know what I'm saying? So understand how much you mean to the community and to Knicks fans and to New York and New York City, New York State.
This is a big night
Right.
tonight, man. The last time we had a chance was Porzingis, right? The Porzingis draft, we had a shot at the number 1 pick, and I think we had the 3rd best odds that night, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even remember, but this is the first time since then which we actually have a legitimate shot at the number 1 pick.
Yeah, and a big shout out, Mighty Knicks, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
What's going on, Chester Chetnik? Thank you. Another Sim supporter. I met him at the Knick game. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Dark Demonic says, poor guys setting themselves up for failure. Hey, be positive. Be positive, Dark Demonic.
Yeah, you got to be positive, man. What we got, man? What we got? Like 5 minutes until this thing starts.
We got 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Zion and Durant on the Knicks? Yeah, it's going to happen, Thomas. So I'm going to be positive.
Let me ask you this, Chris. With things going on, I know you probably seen Terry Rozier today and talking about things that happened with the Celtics, right? Do you look at the way that the season went for the Celtics, and they talk about Kyrie Irving not being able to be a leader and those type of things? Does it change your mind at all in wanting to sign Kyrie Irving?
A little bit. I'm not going to say no to him, especially if he's going to be a guy that's going to help us get Durant. If he's the piece, like if Durant won't come here, if we get him. But I'd be at this point, I don't know. I might be okay with Kemba over Kyrie. It's close for me. It's close. Because Kyrie, of course, has had the injury history. And, he's had some issues with this Boston team.
Right. How would you feel about Terry Rozier?
Over Kyrie?
Obviously, Terry Rozier isn't going to demand that kind of a contract, right?
Thank you for the super chat, Joe.
And you're not going to look at Terry Rozier as, a substitute for Kyrie. But, let's just say you bring in KD and maybe you get somebody else, and then you say, well, you know what, Rozier you can get on a cheap that could be more than a serviceable point guard. I'm just saying, I don't know. He can't shoot really.
Yeah. I think they're going to get 2 max guys this offseason. I really do. I just hope it's Durant, and I'd be fine with Kyrie as long as we get Durant. If we don't get Durant, I don't want Kyrie. I don't want anyone. If unless it's Kawhi Leonard or KD is the number 1 guy. I don't want them going out and getting a Jimmy Butler, a Tobias Harris. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not spend max money on those guys.
Yeah, I feel you. And you don't want to go spend max money on we don't want to have a repeat of 2010.
That's what you're worried about. With what we did with Amari when we struck out on LeBron. I think this situation is a little bit different. I'm much more optimistic that Kevin Durant's going to be a Knick than I was that LeBron James was going to be a Knick.
Yeah, that's true. The thing that always scares me about Kevin Durant is he's kind of fair weather. You know what I mean? He can, I don't know. He's kind of fair weather and can change his mind at the drop of. I mean, anyone can change their mind at the drop of a dime, But with KD, I feel like um, he's one of those guys that you never can really tell. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to be swayed.
Right. He's easily influenced.
Yeah.
Easily influenced. Yehuda said Knicks have 5th pick leaked. There's no way it's been leaked. They haven't done the lottery yet. Enough with the nonsense. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here.
It's been leaked.
Who do you think the Knicks... Okay, Teddy asks, who do you think the best Knick ever is? That's got to be Walt Clyde Frazier, right? Or Ewing.
Clyde or Ewing. It's got to be between those two. Walt Clyde Frazier or Patrick Ewing. It's got to be between those two.
Yeah, Frazier won the 2 titles. I saw Ewing. I obviously never saw Frazier. But I mean, Ewing was great. Statistically, Ewing's probably the greatest ever. But he never won a title. Frazier won 2, so I would give Frazier the nod.
Right. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I mean, hope breaks the curse tonight. You know what I mean? I just hope that Patrick Ewing breaks the curse. And I don't know where are you at in your stream, because right now I'm just looking at they got I'm not listening to it. Zion is on the screen. They're
showing now they're starting to show the teams for me. They got Kyle Kuzma. They're showing right now for the Lakers 2% chance for the number 1 pick. Grayson Rosas 3% chance.
I think you're a little bit before me. Right now, they're showing the Celtics team president, 76ers team president, Alonzo Mourning. They're showing.
Yeah, I'm a little ahead of you. You want me to pause it? Pause it for 10 seconds or so?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, because you were on Kyle Kuzma.
We'll try to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, if we can.
All right, I paused it. I'm on David Griffin now of the New Orleans Pelicans.
I'm on Cynthia Marshall, Elliot Perry. Still on Elliot Perry. David Griffin.
They got Jimmy Gertz in there. She's looking cute there. Horace Grant, the former, obviously the Chicago Bull that used to kill us.
Fernandez.
What's going on, Stevie Gold?
Gertz.
Aiton.
So you're 5 seconds ahead of me?
You think so? All right, I'll pause it for another 5.
Horace Grant. I'm just now seeing Horace Grant.
All right, I just hit play again. I'm on Nick Gilbert.
Okay, I'm on DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, I'll pause it for another 5 seconds. So there's going to be a delay, guys, because we're shrinking up the TVs.
Now I'm on Nick Gilbert.
All right, I'm on Patrick Ewing now.
Now I'm on Patrick Ewing.
All right, I'll pause it for another second. There's going to be a delay, guys, because Sim's a little backed up. So if you want, you can pause your TVs to watch along with us. I just want to sync it up with Sim so we see it together. But thank you for everybody for tuning in. We are getting ready now as we are getting ready for the lottery. They're about to announce who is getting what.
Yeah, it is. They're about to announce it.
What's going on, Stevie Gold? Oh, man.
And here we go. Jerome Pickett coming to the stage. And my daughter's here. She wants to hear it.
Everybody's saying the footage was leaked. I hope they're kidding.
They're saying that what?
The footage was leaked and the Sixers get the number 1 pick. I'm not going to believe that.
Get out of here with that. I don't want to hear that.
Come on.
We'll see, man.
Who was supposed to have 14? The Mavericks?
Yeah, I think the Mavericks are supposed to have 14.
All right, let's go. Here we go, guys. We're about to announce number 14.
Celtics at number 14.
Were they supposed to be 14? I don't know. But the Celtics are picking 14. Celtics will be picking 14, guys. Heat, 13.
Heat at the 13th pick.
Oh, God. Here we go. Hornets, 12.
Boy. Yeah. Hornets, you're about 2 seconds above me.
All right, let me pause it again. They're probably going to do a commercial before the top 3, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Minnesota Timberwolves picking 11. So I don't think we've had any surprises yet, Sim.
No.
Be the Lakers at 10. Be the Lakers at 10.
Top.
Hawks 10. I don't know if
Hawks.
that was that a skip. I think that was yeah, because the Hawks had high odds. I think. So the Lakers jumped into the top. Of course, the Lakers did.
Yeah, right. Of course. Right. Of course. The Lakers. I swear.
So the Lakers are in the top 4. Wizards picking 9.
Wizards at 9. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. We're getting here.
Just avoid 5. Avoid 5, Sim.
Right. Exactly.
The Pelicans. Oh my God! The Pelicans and Grizzlies are not supposed to be in the top 4, and they are. So that means there's only one spot left in the top 4 between the Knicks, the Suns, and
that's not cool.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not
cool. That's not
that
good.
Is not cool. What is going on?
Oh, don't be 5. Don't be 5.
Top 4 picks, or let's see what's going on. Bulls
Bulls are 7.
are 7.
Come on, let's get lucky one time. Let's get lucky one time. The lowest we could be is 5. So the next pick is the Suns. That's good because the Suns were in the top 3. I think, right?
Okay.
Come on, be the Knicks. Avoid
in the top 3.
Avoid 5. Avoid 5.
Please avoid 5.
Come on. Yes! We're in the top 4, Sim. We're in the top 4. We're in the top 4. Stand up. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. They're showing the New York bar right there. Everybody's on their feet.
Yeah.
So
Let me see. Anybody? Any of our people's in here? So it's either the Lakers, the Knicks, the Pelicans, or the Memphis Grizzlies to be in the top 4.
Come on, give us the number 1 pick one time, Sim. One time. Come on.
Come on now.
All right, so coming up next.
Any other team? Coming up, the next 4 picks revealed.
Oh, my God. Thank you to everybody for being here. Nick, Patrice, Yehuda. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I've been talking to Sim, been paying attention to TV. Thank you guys for being here. Who Dat in the house? Eddie Alvarez. Please hit that thumbs up. Join the channel. And please go on into the link in the description and check out Simeon Russell from Nothinbutknicks. Thank you guys for being here. So we got a shot, Sim.
We got a shot. We're there. We got a shot. We are right here.
We got a shot, man.
You want to try to take a second and link it up a little bit?
Yeah. What are we about?
2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds of difference from each other.
All right, I just paused it. Hopefully we're good now.
Okay,
I'm sure
hopefully we're about.
State Farm commercial just about to end.
Yeah.
And now they got a beer commercial?
It's a beer commercial. Okay, we're about there together.
Okay. Oh, man, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here.
To be with us. You know, this is a nerve-wracking time for all New York Knicks fans. So for us to be here, be here together, I'm sure it helps us out.
Yeah, thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you, Knicks Nation. Thank you for being here. Sims Chat, whoever, all the Knicks fans in the house. Let's get this pick. Let's get this freaking pick. Zion Williamson, please.
Yeah, man. Listen, I will be so mad if the Lakers get that first pick.
Oh my God. Because that's typical. That's typical.
I'll be so mad if the Lakers get the first pick. That cannot happen. It cannot happen.
As long as we're in the top 3. I mean, I want 1, but if we get in the top 3, at least we know at worst we're getting R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
So a huge sigh of relief will come off my shoulders if we avoid that 4th pick. Huge sigh of relief.
I really don't want anything to do with the 3rd pick either. I definitely want nothing to do with the 3rd and 4th pick. The 4th, 5th pick. I want nothing to do with the 4th and 5th picks.
Oh, man. Come on. Enough with the Corona commercials. Let's get back. Let's find out.
Get these commercials out of here. Who cares?
Let's go. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. As we're getting ready to go.
Guys, before we get back to the reveal of the top 4 picks, please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a notification anytime that I go live. My man Entertainer, he's streaming on his channel while we're streaming on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and hit that thumbs up. ring his notification bell so you can get a notification whenever he goes live, which will be every single night.
3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch,
All
and
right.
dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So make sure you hit those subscribe buttons. And thank you guys for being here and enjoying this moment with all of us. I mean, with me, you're enjoying the moment with my daughter, my dogs.
What kind of dog?
family.
What kind of dog you got over there?
I have 2 pit bulls.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you so much, Eddie P, for the super chat. He says, if somehow we use this top 4 pick and Daniel Jones is selected, I'm moving out of New York. Thank you for the super chat, Eddie P. I don't think we'll take Daniel Jones. Hopefully we get the other guy from Duke.
Yeah, I'm looking at my chat, man. People say this is nerve-wracking. It's rigged for real. Mike Morgan said the Lakers cannot get the number. Mike, I agree with you 100%. The Lakers cannot get that number 1 pick. They can't get it.
I don't want to look at the chat because I know people are like 30 seconds ahead of us now. So I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't want the surprise ruined. I'm not even gonna look at the chat now. So guys, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't want this ruined for me.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Because yeah. So in the meantime, so right now, they're showing Steph Curry. We're watching Steph Curry shoot around. What do you think about this Blazers and Warriors matchup?
I think it's going to be a good series. I think Warriors will take it in 6. I think Lillard will probably have 2 games where he just plays lights out and he wins it for the Blazers. Like, he'll have like a 45-point game, something like that. But I can't see him carrying him to 4 wins.
Yeah. And looks like we're coming back on. Big shout out. Let me see. Who was that? My man, Omarville, thank you for the super chat. Said, if we don't get Zion, blame the damn voodoo people. All right, here we go. Oh, Big Pat Ewing.
Patrick Ewing trying to bring the luck to the New York Knicks. We're guaranteed a top 4 pick, and hopefully we get it to him. Hopefully we get that number 1.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Come on, don't be the Knicks. First envelope, guys. First envelope.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! We are in the top 3. The LA Lakers are picking 4. Third envelope. Here we go. Number 3 pick. Number 3 pick. Oh no! The Knicks got number 3. The Knicks got number 3.
Oh man.
The Knicks got number 3. RJ Barrett's gonna be a Knick. Grizzlies are gonna get number 2. And the Pelicans. The team
get
that
the number 1 pick.
Everybody thought they were gonna have.
Serious?
Everybody thought the Pelicans were gonna have to trade Anthony Davis to get the number 1 pick and get Zion, and they ended up getting it in the lottery.
They got in a. Are you serious?
Oh man, I mean the 3rd picks, I'm okay with it. It's better than falling outside of the top 3 or 4. But we wanted 2 to get Morant. Who got 2? It was who got 2? The Grizzlies? Yeah, they'll probably take Morant. I mean,
Unbelievable. They got.
So we're gonna
get the number 1 pick.
And they ain't trading it. So they're gonna get Zion, and Knicks will probably end up getting Barrett.
Oh my gosh.
I know you're not happy about that.
No, I'm not. I'm not too happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy about that at all. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I mean, 1 or 2. I was all right with 1 or 2. I really didn't want to get the 3rd pick. It just puts us in a. I mean, I know the consensus top 3: Zion, John Morant, R.J. Barrett. And I mean, you figure Zion is definitely going to go to the Pelicans now. Okay, so how does this Zion doesn't want to be a Pelican.
Now the question is, do they now trade Anthony Davis to the Knicks or the Lakers and get 2 top 3 or 4 picks?
Right. That's the question. Do they trade Anthony Davis?
Because everybody thought they were going to trade him for the number 1 pick, but now they have the number 1 pick, and they're looking to trade him. So now they trade him for the 2nd pick or the 3rd pick, whatever's best available. So the Knicks may still be in play. That may make more sense now to make a trade for Anthony Davis now that the Pelicans have the number 1, and you're not getting Zion anyway.
Right. You're not getting Zion anyway.
Right.
So maybe they look and say, you know what, we can get two picks I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Pelicans do look and say, you know, we can get 2 top 3 picks, but then still you've got to include a Kevin Knox.
Right. Right.
You know, so now you're giving him 3 top 10 picks the last 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more realistic now that maybe that trade will happen. But if not, I think unless Morant falls, I think Barrett's our guy at 3.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so.
Unless Cam Reddish, which we've heard they like, but
you know,
I think Barrett will be a Knick. I'm okay with that. I like Barrett actually.
You know, we'll see how this works out, man. I mean, you know, and
you wanted Zion. We all wanted Zion. I'm just happy.
I want Zion or Ja Morant. I wanted either one of those two.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what the Grizzlies are going to do? What do you think the Grizzlies are going to do? Is there any way that the Knicks could trade into that number 2 pick? I mean,
it's possible.
You know, Mike Conley, he's still with the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what are their plans with Mike Conley.
They could take Barrett.
They could take Barrett.
Yeah. I mean, they're paying Conley an arm and a leg, but my guess is they would probably take Morant, but it's possible. It's not impossible.
Right. It's not impossible that they take R.J. Barrett, and then the Knicks still get Ja Morant. You know, but you know, I mean, there's a whole lot for Scott Perry to think about.
Yeah.
You got the pick in the NBA. Hey, you know what? Listen. Michael Jordan was the 3rd pick in the NBA draft.
You damn right he was. Unfortunately, I don't think there's Michael Jordan in this draft. But
I don't think there's Michael Jordan's in this draft. But Michael Jordan was the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
Who else was the 3rd pick?
3rd pick? I mean, I'm trying to think of drafts here. 96, what was it? Iverson was 1. Abdul Rahim was 2. 3 was, I think, Marbury. Marbury might have been 4. I can't remember. But that's one of the better drafts of all time.
Let me see. The draft when LeBron was drafted, who was it? Who was the 3rd
Carmelo. Darko was 2.
Darko was 2. That's right. Darko went 2. Carmelo was the 3rd pick. You know. Well, hey, you know what? At least it's over.
And we didn't get the 5th or the 4th.
Right.
You know, It wasn't great, but it could have been worse. But I like R.J. Barrett, and I agree with you, Steve. When I watch Barrett play, I don't watch a lot of Duke games, right? I don't have time. but the games that I did see him play during the tournament, the one thing I do like about his game, he has to work on his jump shot. For a shooting guard, he needs a better jump shot at the NBA level. But he does have really good body control near the rim. I did notice that. Like, he has sneaky athleticism. I do like Barrett. I think he could be a very good player at the pro level.
And I mean, looking at, you know, sometimes I wish that that free agency came before the draft. Right?
It should. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, because now, you know, if the free agency came before the draft, you could sign players, and then go into the draft knowing what you need and what you're looking for. Right. So right now, you're going to draft, if you are going to draft on need. I mean, right now, the Knicks can only draft based on who we have, not who may come, because we don't know. That's not anything that's concrete. So you've got to draft based on who we have. So looking at our roster right now, you know, R.J. Barrett, Ja Morant, either one of those 2 guys would fit. Now, we have a lot of guards, right? We got a lot of supposed
DSJ, Ntilikina. I'm not worried about those guys though. They're not going to impact who I take.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to impact who we pick. Not at all.
Yeah, there's nobody on this roster that should impact who we pick in terms of position. I mean,
Right.
You know, Knox maybe, or Mitchell Robinson, but I don't think so. So we got to take best available player regardless. Even if we think we're getting Kyrie, if Morant's there, you got to take him. But I think it's gonna be Barrett. My guess would be, but it definitely could be Morant. I wouldn't be shocked if.
It could be, either one of the 2. A lot is gonna depend on the NBA Combine, the way individual workouts go. All those things are gonna come into play.
Yeah, obviously it won't be Zion. Unfortunately, we missed out on him. Um,
Yeah.
and he's going to go to the Pelicans. He's going to have a great career over there.
Pelicans.
Not the best team.
Dude, Anthony, the NBA does not want Zion at the Pelicans, probably.
No.
Right? Because Anthony Davis, who is, a top 5 player in the league, probably doesn't bring in people to the Pelicans. First of all, they're called the Pelicans. Right? I mean,
dumbest name in the history of sports. Dumbest name in the history of sports.
Exactly.
Who the hell? Like when they woke up, did they say, "Yeah, we're gonna let's name them the Pelicans"? That sounds like a very imposing team. Let's name them the Pelicans. That'll work.
Right. The Pelicans. I mean, so it's like he's going to a place where no one's gonna see him. But I mean, it is what it is. For everyone who says that the NBA is rigged, here you go. It's not rigged. If it was rigged, they would have sent Zion to either the Lakers or the Knicks. They weren't going to send him to New Orleans, to the Pelicans.
Right.
You know
No, you're right. It sucks, man. But all we can do now as Knicks fans is hope it works out. We got Barrett, probably, and it could be Morant though. I'm not ruling it out. It definitely could still be Morant at 3.
Yeah. I mean, okay, but so now we are. John Morant, RJ Barrett, they're showing this on the screen right now. They were showing the tail of the tape between the two guys.
Just want to get a super chat real quick. Omar, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "I told you, damn voodoo people pissed off a lot." Thank you, thank you, Omar, for the super chat.
And let me get a quick phone call in if I can.
Yeah. We're gonna take a couple of phone calls, guys. We'll probably be on here for at least another hour and take some phone calls about what just happened.
Yeah, let me get to this phone call. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks and the Entertainer. What's popping with you? Hey, I'm doing pretty good, JD. How you feeling?
Oh, I can't hear. I'm just letting you know I can't hear him soon. So look to you, Delano. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we can't. I know, Mitch. We can't hear the phone call.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So this is JD. I forgot where JD. Where'd you say you from again, JD? From Pittsburgh. JD from Pittsburgh. And so he's just asking the same question that we were asking. What do we do now? You know what I mean? Where do we go now? And I think JD is going to depend on what the Grizzlies do. If the Grizzlies it's going to be between Morant and RJ Barrett, I think.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Unless the Knicks try to pull some surprise out of their hat like the Giants did, but it's going to be between those two. So I think it's definitely going to be it's going to depend on what happens with the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? It's going to depend on what the Grizzlies do.
Oh, for sure. And Josh, I just want to say thank you for that. He says, "How pissed are you, Chris?" I'm not that pissed because we got a top 3 pick. Had we gotten 5th, I would have been pissed. We had a 14% chance, so this is kind of where we should have fallen. So I'm not happy, but I'm not upset.
Yeah, it's just a little bit disheartening, but I think we can work with it. We got a front office. We got a good front office, and so I think we can work with it.
Well, the one thing I'll say is, I think somebody asked if I'm streaming the next game. I'm probably going to stream the second half. I'm going to hang out with Sim for about another hour, and I'll call the second half of the game. But, so what was I going to say? The one thing I will say about Barrett as opposed to Morant, I'm just trying to look at it from an optimistic standpoint. If we get Kyrie, he fits better, right? Because you don't have 2 point guards. He kind of fits better, right? He's even though he played some point at Duke, he's more of an off guard, I think, at the NBA level. So maybe he's a better fit. I don't think he's a better player, but he might be a better fit.
Yeah, I think now I definitely agree with that he's a better fit for the Knicks, at least right now. We're going to see how the whole roster, the entire roster shakes loose by the time we get to free agency and things, and by the time we get, well, not even by the time we get to the draft. You know what? Draft time comes, anything could happen. There could be I think anything can happen in this draft with the Knicks.
Yeah, oh, for sure, man.
So see how things shake loose. I don't know. And if I'm the Knicks, I might even, I guess, after we go through the combine and they start doing some individual workouts, if they're not impressed, if they aren't impressed with R.J. Barrett and they're really impressed with John Morant, because in my opinion, there's no way that the Pelicans are giving up Zion Williamson, then maybe they'll, start discussions with the Grizzlies and see, if they can, if maybe they want to move up. I don't know if I would. Is the separation of talent between the two that much where you would move up to get one that you want?
I don't think so. I'd move up for Zion. I don't think I would move up for Ja, knowing that I could get Barrett. That's just me, though. A lot of people are not high on Barrett. But I'd be completely fine with Barrett at 3.
Yeah. I don't know if the separate. I mean, in order to move up, I think the separation of talent has to be
significant.
So great.
Yeah.
Significant separation of talent between the two, in order to justify, giving up an asset to move up. I don't think that there really is, unless it happens during the workouts where they just see something in them and they're like, yeah, we really need to get this guy.
Yeah.
Whichever that it is.
Yeah, for sure, man.
But okay, who were the 3 worst teams in the league? The Suns?
The Knicks, and the trying to remember who the third was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it the Grizzlies? I don't think so. No.
Was it the Bulls?
No, because the Bulls won 7. Well, I guess they could have fallen to 7. They could have fallen to 7 if they were third. So maybe it was the Bulls. It might have been the Bulls.
How do 2 of them fall out of that top
4?
Top 4. 2 of them fall out of the top 4. That's crazy.
That's the new lottery, man.
Cavs. Yeah, Uptown Twan. Thank you. It was the Cavs.
Oh, it was the Cavs. Okay, it was the Cavs.
Yeah.
Everybody's writing the Cavs in mine too. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But,
so technically, out of the bottom teams, the Knicks did the best. It's just we still didn't get who we wanted, but we did the best.
Hey, we can rejoice about that.
Yeah.
We did the best.
Of the poor teams, we did the best.
Of the poor teams, we did the best.
Yeah, and we still didn't even get in the top 2. We didn't even get in the top 2. This is trash. Pelicans can jump 18 spots. Knicks never get nothing. Jose Reyes, man, I get your frustration, man. I definitely get Knicks fans' frustration. I'm just trying to be positive after tonight because it could have been a lot worse. We could be the Bulls right now. Bulls fell all the way to 7. We would have the lowest we could have been is 5th, but at least we got in the top 3.
And Mitchell Prince still says it's rigged. You just need to admit it. Zion Williamson is about to go to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, why would they want him there? Why would they want him there?
Unless they're trying to say that now, AD, can really be traded to, because does AD really does he want to be in New Orleans?
Doesn't seem like it. I just want to get the super chat. I think John Morant, thank you so much, Josh. He says, I think John Morant will be a stud. I'm a Heats fan, and I was hopeful for the number 1 pick. We had a number 1% chance. I think John Morant's going to be a stud too, man. Anthony Davis, you're asking if Anthony Davis wants the Pelicans. It's clearly, obviously, he doesn't. I mean, he wants out. So, it's not the best market.
Right.
It's not a good spot for Zion. I don't think.
Right. So now looking at the draft pick that we have the 3rd pick, right? How does this set us up for? How does it set us up for free agency now?
Well, I think it's still going to be the status quo. I think Durant's is the high target. I think it fits better in terms of fit if we don't get John Morant and get R.J. Barrett, because we're assuming we're going to get Kyrie and Durant. We would need a 2-guard, right? So even though Morant's better, I prefer Morant. But in terms of fit on the basketball court, you'd be able to play Barrett at the 2, Kyrie at the 1, Durant at the 4, Knox at the 3, and obviously Mitch at the 5. So in terms of fit, he might fit better.
Okay, so you don't think it really impacts?
It could. Agency? I mean, maybe Durant. I think if Durant wants to come here, he's coming here. But the one thing I was thinking about is it possible now that Anthony Davis, now that they got Zion, something he never expected, is it possible he wants to stay in New Orleans?
See, that's something that I'm thinking about. Maybe he wants to stay in New Orleans now because now he can look and say. I mean, Anthony Davis is 25, 26 years old, and now you're bringing in someone who's 19 years old. By the time Anthony Davis is in his prime, like really, really he's in his prime now, but like at the peak of his powers, Zion Williamson will be just entering his prime. He'll have a few years in the league to get used to the league. And those, they
And
could
still
be
on his rookie contract, you have enough money to go out and get another max guy.
right.
That's an interesting storyline now. Is it possible that Zion sways Anthony Davis into staying with New Orleans?
Right, and it could be possible. It definitely could be possible that he sways him to staying in New Orleans. Yeah, I don't know if there's so much bad blood in New Orleans now that for Anthony Davis that the fans don't want him. He doesn't want to be there. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been a mess over there. It's been an absolute mess over there. But I'm sure he never expected them to get Zion Williamson.
Exactly. So that could change a lot. And when things are a mess, you start winning. You start. You get a player like Zion, and things start to change a little bit. It can change really fast, unless he just wants to be in a bigger market,
which is very well could be the case.
And if that's the case, then that's something totally different. Right. If he just wants to be in a bigger market, so I guess we're gonna see how that plays out, man.
Yeah, I was just hoping we get that number 1 pick tonight. They're about to tip off this game, but just see if I got any questions in the chat here. Nick should trade the 3rd pick to the Pelicans for Davis. Well, we were talking about that too as a possibility. It would cost more than that, though. You're not getting them for just the 3rd pick.
I think it costs more than that because now and wow, I mean, you're setting the Pelicans up to be like, you get the 1st pick, they'll have the 1st pick, the 3rd pick, and you probably got to trade Knox. So now you're talking also about the 9th pick of last year's draft. You're setting them up to be what the Knicks could be,
right?
Be what the Knicks, what you thought maybe the Knicks would have been with a bunch of young guys. Because then you'd get Anthony Davis's contract off the books. I'm sure they would really break down and get rid of a bunch of other guys and kind of start over. Because if you're talking about 1st and 3rd pick, they have the possibility of either bringing 2 Duke players to, right, RJ Barrett and Zion to one team, or Ja Morant and Zion to one team. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Imagine that.
That's a good point. And now we're getting a couple of people saying that they think it's. I really don't think it was fixed. To the point that Sim said, if it was going to be fixed, they're not giving the New Orleans Pelicans the 1st pick. It's just not happening.
It's not happening.
Blazers off to a good start here, 5-0. I'd like to see an upset here. No one wants to play to the Knicks because of Dolan. People have said that in the past. Hopefully, that's not the case going forward. Everybody seems to say it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged, though. I really don't. The Knicks had a 14% chance to begin with. So odds said that they were going to get where they ended up.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I was just asking people to explain to me, if it's rigged, if it's rigged, what is the appeal for New Orleans then if it's rigged? What would be the purpose of sending Zion Williamson to New Orleans if it's rigged? I mean, is there something special in New Orleans we don't know about? Yeah. Is there something there that the NBA is like, we need to make sure that New Orleans is on the come up? I just can't see it.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Who That for the super chat. He's a Pelicans fan. He said he's so hyped right now. Congratulations to you, man. Something that I'm sure Pelicans fans never expected in a million years. So congratulations to you guys for sure. Yeah.
And Shambles, who's in my chat, he says to help small market teams. Small market. Listen, Portland is basically a small market team. They're in the Western Conference Finals, right? Toronto, in my opinion, small market. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee is in the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Good point. That's the problem. That's the problem with the NBA right now, though. And Omar, thank you for the super chat. He says 3 is better than 2 because he wanted Kyrie over Morant. All right, so he wants the Kyrie at the point guard. He thinks, all right, that's what I was kind of saying. Barrett fits better, but you're right. It's all small market teams in the finals right now, other than Golden State, I guess, right? Because they're California. But that's what's wrong with the NBA right now. They don't have the big markets. The Bulls aren't good. The Knicks aren't good, and the Lakers aren't good. The Celtics are good, but the NBA's at its best point. Everybody knows it when the big markets are playing well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, small markets are thriving.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I'm saying? Indiana, Robert Spivey said Indiana's been good. You have San Antonio Spurs are always good.
Always.
Small market teams, small market teams have been thriving.
Denver.
They're a small market team. They're good. I mean,
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you're right. All the good teams are small market teams, it seems.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, how many big market teams are there in the NBA? The Knicks, the Lakers,
Boston's good.
Chicago, Boston,
Yeah. But that's it.
right?
I mean, off the top of my head, out of the big markets, Boston's the only one that's really good right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but there's only a few big market teams anyway.
Yeah. 5, 6. Yeah. And,
Yeah. A few. The Lakers and Clippers, I guess, are both big market teams. I guess Brooklyn is probably a big market team.
Kind of.
Maybe. The Knicks, Chicago. I don't know if you can include Miami or not. I don't know what Miami is really.
Definitely Boston.
Definitely Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know. Houston, maybe.
Maybe the Sixers. Maybe Philly.
Who?
Philly Sixers.
Yeah, Philly, the Sixers. So
Yeah.
there's only a handful of big market teams in the league anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to, let me see who that was. I think it was Ralph. Big shout out to Ralph Petito. Thank you for the super chat. He said, it's voodoo, yo, voodoo. He said, voodoo did it. Voodoo kept Zion away from the Knicks. Hey, you know what? Maybe it works out right. You never know. It worked out right with KP.
It definitely did. Obviously, then, the injuries and everything, and we traded him, but KP was worth it for the 4th pick. Everybody hated it when we got him, so you just got to let it play out. And I don't think anybody's going to be better than Zion. I think he was the guy, but, maybe Barrett's better than Morant. So let it play out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I know there's some people that's happy. Guillermo, I know he's happy. He didn't want Zion Williamson. He didn't want to buy into the hype. He thought, we was buying. He thought I was buying into the hype, and other people were buying into the hype. So I know Guillermo's happy, and I don't hope that Zion has a bad career, but I hope you're right. I hope that whoever we get ends up being better than Zion.
Of course, we'd be thrilled. Yeah, we'd be thrilled if Barrett's the best player in this draft or whoever we get. MH, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in the stream. He says, I'm happy. Stand up. I guess you're happy you wanted RJ Barrett probably, because that's probably who we're going to get. T. Williams says he's happy. A lot of happy Knicks fans.
But so going from here, that's really all we can do. Going from here, now it's time for Scott Perry, Steve Mills, and those guys to get to work. The developmental staff, the scouts. It's time for them to get to work. I know they've been out at playoff games, scouting people for free agency. The Knicks. Here's another kicker. And, I forgot about this. The Knicks, obviously, we know now have the 3rd pick. But now we have, like, almost the last pick in the 2nd round.
Oh, I didn't know that. We're picking that late?
We're picking very late in the 2nd round.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it. Thank you, Scott, for the super chat. He says, I'm cool with 3. We got cap space and young pieces. Go Knicks. I like the positivity, and everything you said is right. We got a ton of cap space. We got 2 nice young pieces there, Mitch and Knox. And, DSJ, maybe I'm not a big fan of his, but we do have some nice pieces and some cap space. So hopefully Barrett works out, or whoever we get. And it's all going to come down to, it always was going to come down to Durant in terms of being a competitive team next year. So
right.
Hopefully we get Durant and we bring along another piece with him in free agency, and the Knicks are ready to contend next year. We still could be a great team next year if we get Kyrie and Durant.
Yeah. And like Mark Mendoza is saying, the 55th pick. So we have the 55th pick in the 2nd round. And this is, due to kind of a parting whatever from Phil Jackson. I forgot what trade it was, but he traded away I think he traded it away for, what's his name? Travis Ware. He traded away this year's 2nd round pick for Travis Ware.
Okay. Not the best of trades.
Years back, right? A few years back. I mean, looking back at it now, it's definitely not the best of trades, right? So we've got to do our homework. We got to try to get something with that 55th pick, or try to, see if we can find a way to move up into the late first round or early second round if it's possible. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's it's gonna be hard. Um,
We got to hit that
you know,
third pick. Whoever we pick with that third pick has to be a star. Has to be a really, 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 really good player.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. So so now it's time now to it's time for these guys to get to work and see if they can. Listen, we did a good job last year pulling guys in. Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson, we did a good job. We did our homework. We got to do our homework again. See if we can bring some guys in that can contribute to the team and go from there. That's all we really can do.
Yeah,
So
that's all we can do, man. Is right. You got to be positive and hope it works out, and that's what it comes down to right now. There's not much else to talk about. Let's hit on Durant, let's hit on Irving, and let's hope we hit on Barrett. I mean, that's,
Yep.
And then we got to wait until free agency is where it's going to be fun now, because with the third pick, we know who we're getting. We're more than likely going to get Morant or Barrett, and July 1st is where it's going to get real interesting for the Knicks this offseason.
Yeah, and we kind of understand. It gives us something to work with, and now we can really plan because it's kind of hard to plan when you don't know what your pick is going to be. Now now the negotiations can begin. If you're going to start discussing trades in the off season or in the NBA draft, during the NBA draft, now you have something to work with. Now you can really start making phone calls. Unfortunately, the phone call that you were probably going to make or expect was from the New Orleans Pelicans.
Right. Oh, thank you so much, Clocks, for the super chat. He says, don't be fans, both of you, honest opinion. Percentage chance KD is a Knick next year. All right, so he's saying be unbiased. What is our percentage that KD is a Knick next year? I'll let you start.
What is our percentage that KD is a Knick? And before I get to that, let me just give a couple shout out to a couple people for some super chats.
Yeah.
Corey, thank you for the super chat. He said, how come I feel like this is foreshadowing our free agency? Well, it is. It was going to foreshadow our free agency no matter which way it went. Donald Cannon, thank you for the super chat. He said, this is what we get treating Melo like that. Well, we'll see. You never know. Melo might be back. That's another conversation.
Yeah. I heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And Ralph Petito, thank you for the super chat, said, I want RJ. He's been the person I felt the New York Knicks should get. So you're probably going to have your chance.
I think you're going to get him.
Yeah. So back to the question.
The percentage that we think Durant will be with the Knicks.
That's tough. The percentage that we think that Durant is going to be with the Knicks, and this is not being a homer. I mean, honestly, I just don't know. You know what I mean? It's just hard for me to say. I think a lot's going to depend on the playoffs. I think that's going to play a part in it. But if I had to put a percentage on it, I'm going to say it's 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaning more towards I think he is than he's not because everything you have read, in terms of I think he's moved his office there. Now, I know this is a lot of hearsay, but he got into a fight with Draymond Green based on, presumably about that, not necessarily going to the Knicks, but leaving the Warriors. And I think if he leaves the Warriors, I think for sure the Knicks are the favorite in my opinion. And I think I'd have it about 65% Knicks. I'm leaning that they're the favorites to get him. But I'm not going to say it's a slam dunk.
Yeah. I think a lot is going to depend on. I don't think the third pick hurts because I don't think his.
It might help. He might be like, you know what? It might fit better than Morant bringing in Kyrie.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Might help. And I don't think he was looking at the draft pick. If anything, to say, okay, now let's move it to get a better player, right? Because. Or to get, an Anthony Davis or something like that. So I don't think him coming to the Knicks was dependent on the draft pick. So I don't know if that's really going to play too much into it. I think, what happens from now until free agency is going to depend on a lot on if KD wants to come here or not. The Knicks are going to have a chance. They can make some, they can just draft whoever they're going to draft, but they also can try to make some moves to bring in some veteran players that are going to fill out roster spots, possibly, and start to have these free agents look and say, okay, I see what they're doing. I see how where they're trying to go. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, you need to have those big guys first, but there are certain types of players that you're going to be able to plug in. Like if you're going to get a guy that's a type of guy because you need that on your team, and you're able to pick it up somewhere. I hate to say it because I really like Frank Ntilikina, but I think it's possible that Frank Ntilikina could go in the draft.
Yeah.
Could be to open up cap space, and maybe to open up cap space so that they can get a veteran guy, and maybe even a veteran guy, another veteran guy that's kind of an unsung guy, maybe comes back in that type of a trade that has little income. Who knows? I don't know.
I completely get. My thought process was always, even if you spend the cap with the hypothetical scenario where we got all three with Anthony Davis and those two, and we had no money left, you would still get those veterans that are chasing rings on the veteran minimums.
Exactly.
And I could see something like that if we get Kyrie and Irving to fill out the roster. That's exactly what the Heat did when they brought in the Mike Millers of the world, the guys like that to fill out the roster. So I'm not too worried about filling out the roster. The NBA is all about having stars, and that's how you win. And Omar, thank you again for the super chat. He says, don't worry about the second round. We got Trier undrafted. Fair point, Omar.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, right now the Golden State Warriors are up 17-16, and maybe you guys might even see a different score because I'm sure you guys are about 30 seconds ahead of me. But the Golden State Warriors up 17-16, and it's Portland's ball. I think there's a timeout.
Yeah.
And I think there's a timeout on the floor right now. So this is going to be a good series. Why is it that the Warriors so far this season, so far in the playoffs, they've played better without KD? Right?
Well, it's only, what has it been, 2 games? One. Yeah.
So
one game. Is it 1 game, I think?
Like 1.5 games. So
yeah.
Houston was down 17, 18 points or whatever it is. KD goes out. Oh, I'm sorry. They were down. KD's in the game. They come back and take the lead. KD goes down. They lose the game. The second game, they don't get blown out, but they lose without KD.
In Houston.
So, maybe it's just matchups. Maybe it just had to do with matchups with the Houston Rockets.
Well, I think I'll say this: if the Warriors win a championship without KD, I think that increases his chances of leaving even more, because people are going to say they won it without you. So that championship that you won, that shouldn't even count. I mean, in terms of your legacy. So,
right.
If he cares anything about his legacy, especially if the Warriors win without him, he's got to leave if he wants to be among the elite when he retires.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think the more the Warriors win without him is it pushes him to say, I need to get out of here. Not that I need to get out of here, but let me go to a place where I can
be the guy.
I can be the guy. I can have my legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, I really would like to see the Trailblazers win, though. I like Damian Lillard. So I'd like to see the Trailblazers win.
Oh, I would love to see the Trailblazers. I'm sick of the Warriors, man. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I want something new. I just don't see it. I really don't. But hey, if the Blazers win Game 1, I'll say it's a series. You break home court. You come back to Portland. At worst, it's 1-1. So, if they can win tonight, it's a series at the very least.
Yeah. Do me a favor, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Get a notification anytime that I go live. Check in the description of this video and click on the link to the Entertainer's channel. Subscribe to his channel. Ring his notification bell so you can get a notification anytime that he goes live. All right?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm going to say the same thing in my chat. Same exact thing. We're doing 2 streams at the same time, guys. If you guys have not done so, please hit that thumbs up. Join the channel. Ring the bell. And go into the description and sub up my man Sim. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I don't want to interfere with your show because I know I can't hear the calls. It'll probably mix up your show a little bit. So we'll go for like another 10-15 minutes and we'll say our goodbyes, and then I'll let you do your thing over on your channel.
That's cool.
But man, we got the 3rd pick. Could have been
this.
What is that?
This works. I said this works. Streaming on my channel, streaming on your channel,
Yeah, it's cool.
doing them live at the same time. This works, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely work. I'm sure there was some people in the chat going back and forth checking, like, oh wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and there you go. Thank you for putting Sim's link out there, MH. Yeah, join that channel right there, guys. And what do we think about the pick? Tell us. Well, we don't know who we're taking yet, but obviously conventional wisdom would say R.J. Barrett is probably going to be the guy at 3. I like him. I don't love him, but I definitely like him. I think he's going to be a very good pro. I don't know if he's going to be a great pro, but I do like him. And I see Marjorie changed their profile pic. She says Lakers only had a 2% chance, and they got the 4th pick, moving up 7 spots. Well, how far did the Pelicans moved up a lot too?
Like 18 spots.
No, not 18. There's only 14 teams in the lottery.
Oh, what? Oh, were they in the lottery? Yeah. Well, I don't know. They moved up something.
They moved up a lot to get the number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the picks? Okay, so the first pick is the New Orleans. Second pick was the Grizzlies. Third pick was the Knicks. Fourth pick was the Lakers. So those are your top 4. And it's being reported that AD still wants to be traded, Mike Simmons says.
Still wants to be traded. Okay.
No. There goes that.
Okay, so then there's the question. If he does want to be traded, do we trade that 3rd pick for him?
I would know, yeah, for sure. But it's going to cost more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you Knox. It's going to cost you 3rd pick Knox. Probably Neil Aquina or DSJ to, like you said, match up the salary. And probably a future first. Is that something is that probably about what it would cost, you think?
I think so. I think that's what it would cost. And maybe AD is looking and saying, you know what? They're going to start over with Zion Williamson. The Knicks are more likely now, the Knicks or the Lakers are more likely to trade their 4th or 3rd pick. Yeah, I want to go because he wants to be in a bigger market.
Right, and it makes sense. It makes sense for both parties. The Pelicans get 2 top 3 picks. They get to fill their team with Zion and Barrett, the 2 Duke players. They have both on rookie contracts, so you free up all that salary cap, so you can bring in big guys in the future to pair with those 2 young budding stars. It makes a ton of sense for the Pelicans as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting draft and offseason. And look, if the Knicks really want to get Anthony Davis, they can do it before they even make a draft pick, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can do it during draft.
They can do it before the draft. I mean, that's but I think there's a good chance that Anthony Davis is traded to the Knicks. And now, had the Knicks gotten 3 and the Pelicans weren't picking 1, I would have said no, because the Pelicans are going to trade up to 1 to get Zion. But now that they have 1, and if they still got to trade AD, the Knicks have the 3rd pick. So there's a good chance. I wouldn't be shocked.
So, would you try to make the trade? Would you try to make a trade for Anthony Davis before free agency, like now?
Yeah, why not?
As soon as
because it'll attract free agents. It'll give KD a bigger reason to come here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I would do. I would try to make that move now. If that's what I'm gonna do, I try to make that move right now. I think it can't actually. They can. I guess they can agree to. They can negotiate and agree, right? But I'm not sure that they can make the trade until the pick is signed, because the draft pick is not under contract yet. So you're gonna need that draft pick salary.
But they can have a deal in place, though.
Say that again?
They could have a deal in place.
They could have a deal in place, right? They could have a deal in place, knowing that you're drafting for the Pelicans or whatever it is, and then
really doesn't matter. I mean, the draft is before free agency anyway, so
right.
I mean, regardless of whether you do it now or on draft night, it's still going to be before we go and pursue Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Michael Parker, thank you for the super chat. You say, unfortunately, it's going to cost us Mitchell Robinson to get Anthony Davis. I certainly hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. Victoria says that we should consider simulcasting for games together. Yeah, I would do that. The only problem is, and I'm completely for it. I don't know what Sim's schedule's like. First off, and I know you do shows. He does a lot of call-in shows at night. But we have done a Knicks game before. I think we did 2 Knicks games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only problem is our TVs don't match up. But I'm fine with it. But I know you got your show on. You know, you do your shows a lot. But
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. You know, I'm definitely fine with it. It's really it's me and my schedule.
yeah. Listen, man, I'm going to do the second half tomorrow if you want. I can't do the first half because of my work, but I'm going to do the second half tonight. But I know you're going to want to talk about the Knicks tonight on your channel.
Yeah.
But,
After this, I'm gonna open up the appearing and take a couple of phone calls. I know Mark was trying to call in. Mark, in a few minutes when I open up just my show alone, then we'll do some call-ins and stuff like that. But right now, it's hard to do the call-ins because people on the entertainer show can't hear.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic, which.
See how it worked out, but it didn't work out too well. That's why I haven't taken another one.
That's all right, man. I'm sure you're still gonna have plenty of time to take the calls, and
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up now because I want them to get the opportunity. I'm sure they want to talk about it, and I don't want to interfere with that. And I'm gonna call this game anyway in a couple minutes. But
Okay.
I just want to say I had a great time, man. Once again, I'm gonna shout Sim out. Go into that description, sub Sim up. I'm gonna be back live in 10 minutes. We're gonna be calling the rest of this game, but yeah, definitely would do a game with Sim. And anytime I could collaborate with Sim. Hopefully we could get some maybe some free agent coverage together, do something, where we do something like this again, simulcast on both channels. But yeah, man, I had a great time, man. Always love coming on your channel. I always say, when I first started out, I had like 200 subs, maybe not even. And Sim saw my channel, and he laughed, and he thought it was funny, and he brought me on his channel. He helped me out a lot, and I always like to shout Sim out when I could get a chance. So it means, he means a lot to me. He's a really good guy, really good YouTuber.
Appreciate it, man. And you guys see, this guy's a workaholic. He just gets it done, man. And his channel is skyrocketing. So I know you guys want to be a part of it. So make sure you go out there. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I'm putting a link to his channel right here in the chat, so you guys can go subscribe and ring that notification bell. You know.
And I just want to say thank you to Sim's chat for watching us tonight. I had a great time coming back on the channel. Hope to be back on the channel more in the future. Good luck with your new channel. You got the hip hop channel going on. If anybody's a hip hop fan, check that out. But thank you for coming on my channel. Unfortunately, we didn't get what we wanted tonight. But it could have been worse. That's the moral of the story. It could have been worse. We got to be positive. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. So we're gonna take it, and we're gonna trust in Perry, and see what he does moving forward. I'm trusting in him. I'm trusting in Perry, Scott, and Steve Mills, mostly Scott Perry. Steve been around for a while.
Yeah, I don't trust Steve Mills that much.
Yeah, that's Dolan's. That's that's his eyes and ears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that is. Yeah.
But man, man, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna let you do your thing over in your channel, and have a great night, man. We'll definitely link up again soon.
I appreciate it, Chris, and I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, man.
Same thing with Sim. Going over there, link in the description, guys. I'm gonna leave Sim's link in the description for the play-by-play. So I'll leave it up there. Hopefully more guys tune into that. And Sim, thank you for having me on, my man.
No doubt. I'm doing the same exact thing, so you guys can make sure you subscribe to his channel. All right, Chris, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, have a good one, man.